how do you help students navigate that conversation with their parents? Or how do you navigate that conversation with parents?
Yeah, I appreciate that you're taking that from both points of view because it's a bit of coaching needed on both sides of that conversation. Um, so in the Dean's List book, I have a chapter on the evolving relationship you have with parents. Uh, as a follow up, I wrote a parent's guide to student success, a kind of companion guide for this, and I'm working with clients on this very question. Um, to your point directly, um, on the student side of things, what I'm trying to show them is that there is a kind of gentle transition that needs to take place, uh, and those two words are both important. Gentle in the sense that it needs to be done with kindness and love, uh, that your conversations with your dad over whether you should be taking film classes or not, those can get pretty fraught and angry if his perception is that the film industry is a bad idea, or that's only worthwhile if you blank blank blank. And So being gentle about it is important so that you're effectively teaching your parents about the choices that you see in front of you, how you're processing it, what is it that appeals to you. So rather than getting defensive and saying, "This is my choice, not yours," that sort of angry tone, to take it with more kindness. Um, the second is this importance of learning, which is that both sides need to learn what that landscape is and what the opportunities are, and the meaning of those opportunities. So let's say that I'm really into theater in college, both to study and to perform and maybe do stage work or whatever it is. This is a bit related to your point. Um, your your parents might not really understand what that means or what professional opportunities there are. Uh, on the parent side of things, it's kind of the other side of the same coin. A lot of coaching, a lot of uh, figuring out what are good questions to ask. In my parents' guide, at the end of each chapter is a section I call Around the Kitchen Table, and it lists a series of questions that parents could ask to students, um, when they're back from break or when they catch up by video or whatever it is they're doing. For example, and this might pivot us to another topic, are you seeing any of your friends struggling academically? And what are they doing about that? Now, that's a gentle way to bring up the topic of that not everybody is succeeding, not everybody is doing well. Sometimes things go wrong. You can get bad grades and marks. These are all things that happen, but you note how I framed that to talk about somebody else rather than, are you struggling? Are you having any problems? The student can open that door or not open that door, but talking about and normalizing failure is a pretty good place to go in a conversation that's gentle and open.